Alright guys, so we're watching NETE. Market just opened. We're popping up here. I'm gonna wait for a pullback just below high of day, which is at 1942. I'm gonna lower my share size to 250 shares. This is kind of bouncing around here a little bit, but the high of this candle is 1925. So I could look to buy a dip. Maybe off of 18. I don't want to get in too early on a dip and then, Jesus Christ. So I think we're going to let this candle pull back. Maybe even below 18, down to the VWAP. I'm going to buy right there. I'm in at 1753. I'm gonna stop out. I think I made $1 maybe. I was really looking for the break above 8 there. I would have sold. I could have sold for 30 cents of profit there, but I was looking for a bounce off of VWAP, but it looks like this is flushing through now. Anything down here would just be scraping the bottom, trying to get a bounce off of these flushes. So we really need this to break up above the VWAP. Up above 18, I could look to add. So it is breaking up above. We need to break above the VWAP and then hold. Above 18 is really the breakout spot. The high of this last 1 minute candle is 1794, but 18 is really going to be the spot. And it looks like this is just failing under the VWAP. That was really its opportunity to push above it and hold. Yeah, so this looks like just a failure. VWAP is at 1745, so it needs to get up above that. I'm gonna buy there. Sold half at 1850. I'll add again. Stop will be at 1780, which is basically where we're at right now. I'm gonna stop there. $38 on that. Yeah, see, so that's you know, this is, nearly a triple top, and then you broke out convincingly and then came all the way back down, almost $1 a share, false breakout. So this is just going to continue to the downside, I think. This one's pretty high priced for me. I mean, I can't even buy this, really. I think I'll add 250 shares into this haul. Okay, so we've got INMB here, halted on 130,000 shares of volume. No news. I'm gonna watch that on resumption. That's going to be about a minute before WIMI, which I'm in with 250 shares at the halt price. Reason I bought there is because it's coming right up to the whole dollar. So if it can open above the whole dollar, that's a good level of support where I can stop out there, and I can ride that higher. If it opens flat, I might just stop, but this thing is going parabolic. So, it is extended, so I'm gonna keep my stop tight, but if not, I'm gonna ride it. $250 shares is tough because it's like, the stock really has to move like 50 cents to make it worth it. It's 40 cents to just make $100. But this stock is really high price. It's probably out of my price range. I just wanted to take a shot at it. INMB, light volume, flushing. WIMI 10-minute halt looks like. Oh wait, there, I bought there at the dip. I'm in at 24.89. I'm gonna stop out there. Oh, because I added back 500 shares. Wow, so that's a $700 loss. That's annoying. That's really, really annoying. I was still thinking I had 250 shares, so I was like, oh, let me just stop. Because I could have just sold for a 10-cent loss. That would have been freaking pretty smart. That's annoying, but, maybe we could find something here. The average down wasn't necessarily a bad call. It was holding there. I should have just hit the ask as soon as I was up and not tried to take profit. I was trying to make some money. I figured that would spike back up, or at least hold that level. That thing freaking flushed. I'm surprised this thing flushed that hard though, because it opened above the, or no, it popped above the whole dollar and then flushed. It has news, it has volume. It's a surprise. Okay, so just took a loss. The mentality here is not to try to react and trade a less than a quality setup to try and make this up. INMB has like almost no volume. EQ halted. EQ really needs to break above the VWAP. 960. This one doesn't look good. I'm gonna buy there. Minute 45. Wow, that popped right as I sold. Can't be serious. I'm gonna buy there at 9 for the break and hold over 9. We'll see if this makes one more push through the whole dollar. Just sold there at 9. This thing's not gonna break 9. No chance. I'm in at 23.34. Made back 200 there. Minute 23.55. How did I lose that much? I'm in at 1780. Come on, let's break, baby. New average is 69. Great trade. Great trade. So what I did there was I was going to buy off this level right here off of the VWAP. And so I just didn't feel comfortable buying off of this because this candle was showing some weird action. I didn't know if it was going to flush back. So what I did was if this comes down to the VWAP and holds, I'll buy. But if it goes up, I'll buy the breakout point because we had this double top under the whole dollar. So I was like, I'll either add back off support, or I'll add at the breakout spot for a breakout trade. Added back at the breakout spot, went up to 1,000 shares. Sold at 18. Sold 1,000 shares at 1840 from an average of probably like 1785. So I'm up now $70 on the day, which is nice. So I kind of missed the trade there on that one, but the high of day is sitting at 1942. So I really just need a pullback, like a legitimate pullback. It'll lower my share size. $18.50. Wow, that was a high fill. So I'm in 250 shares, half size for the breakout over 1875. All right, so we got that break. Look to add at 19. Stop out will be break even. I'm gonna add there. Average is 1872. I think this will break. I'm gonna sell there at 1897 if I can. Jesus Lord. I could still add 250 shares down here. I'm gonna buy down here. Average is now 1859. 750 shares. 1859 is my average. I'm gonna stop there. Only 9 cents lost, but I can't take a huge loss on this guy. I really wanted to buy there off 18, but it just kind of flashed to that level. I'll buy for the first 1 minute candle and make a new high. Over 1860, I'll add. I'm in there. And then sold. Made $130 there. 500 shares. So we'll see if this can break 19. I mean, it broke 19 multiple times, just didn't break out convincingly, and then it flushed. So we'll see what happens here. Yep, and there it goes. The one time I didn't buy it. But then it flushes right back below. They're really not trying to get this to break high of day, which is at 42. It's, you know, I don't want to buy it at 19 because it's just not respecting that level whatsoever. See, and then there's that huge flush. Like, I could have bought at 19 there and held for the break over high of day at 42, and now I'm down at, you know, 1790. It's crazy. So I think this will continue down now to the downside. Look at this. Look at the range on this. This breakout completely failed in like the last 5 seconds. It went from a high of 1921, 20 cents off high of day, to a low of 1798. Like a dollar, over a dollar pullback, you know. It's not going to make up that ground. It's just going to continue lower now at this point. At least in this time frame. Retrace the entire last 5 minute candle, so I'd say that this one's just showing weakness. But I'm glad I got my profit when I did. Okay, so we got some movers. This stock has almost no volume. And I doubt it has news. And why? Pretty similar volume. All right, guys, so that's that looks like it's gonna be it for me for today. I'm ending the day up $133, thank God, after that huge loss on Wimmy. That boy just flushed on me with 500 shares. So I ended up making it back, taking 500, 250 and 500, and I think 1,000 share position on NETE, which might have been a lot. Also made $100 back on Wimmy. Small trade on EQ. You know, it's hard to evaluate my progress when I'm trading these higher price stocks, just because reality is I probably wouldn't be able to trade a $17 stock with the amount of equity I would have in a starter account. But you know, a pattern is a pattern, you know, so trying to just stay confident, remain confident, and you know, just keep pushing forward and making some progress. So starting off the week green and feeling good. So I'll see you guys back here tomorrow.